Hey, Guillaume here. Over the past couple of years, I helped multiple people optimize the way they travel. That's why I started Miles Addict, is to help people like you travel better. So a couple of days ago, one of my customers called me and said, "Hey, I'm in at the airport right now. There's a huge queue at security. I think I'm not going to make it." And I told, well, sadly, there was nothing I could do at that time, so he missed his flight. But that's when I realized that people need help by finding the right thing to go through security faster. And in the US and Canada, there are few programs that can help you go faster, first through security, but also through immigration. One of this program is run by TSA. It's called TSA PreCheck. It basically works whenever you're flying with about a group of about 50 airlines, and it gives you a fast track through security, so you don't have to remove your shoes, you don't have to remove your laptop from your bag, so you save a lot of time. To get this, you have to pay about $85. You get it for 5 years, and that's it. It's very simple, basically. From that point on, TSA sees you as a low-risk passenger. But actually, there's a way to make it even better. There's a program called Global Entry. Global Entry allows you to get TSA PreCheck, but on top of that, it gives you fast tracks through immigration. It works for US passport holders and permanent residents, but it also works for a list of a few countries, for citizens of a few other countries that might be interesting for you. I mean, for me, I'm Swiss, I have my Swiss passport, and with this, I can go through the process of getting global entry for whenever I'm going to the US, have fast access through security and through immigration. It also works from citizens of Argentina, India, Colombia, the UK, Germany, Panama, Singapore, South Korea, Taiwan, and Mexico. So if you have a passport of one of these countries, you can go through the process of getting a global entry. It costs you $100 for 5 years, so that's very cheap. And actually, if you have some credit cards, such as the Chase Sapphire Reserve, will get you $100 off this. So basically, you will get it for free. If you have a non-US passport, you first need to apply in your country to have a background check from your country, and you have to pay for this. At least for Switzerland, it's about $100. For the UK, it's about $50. So it depends on each country. But then you get this access through to global entry for 5 years. It's really, really worth it if you go on a regular basis in or out of the US. But there's also another program on top of this, which is called Clear. It's run by a private company. So one of the drawbacks is you have to give out your biometric data to a private company. But then it gives you access to 30 airports around the country and stadiums to very, very fast security lane. And on average, it can take you a couple of minutes to go through security. So you should actually take both global entry and Clear if you're eligible, so if you have a US passport or permanent residency, because when you do it, it means that whenever you get to the airport, you can see which is the shortest line, and you go through it, whether it's Clear or PreCheck, go through it, breeze to security, and then you have more time to enjoy the lounge or the shops after. Regular price for Clear is $179, but there are a lot of ways to make it cheaper. One of that option is get a card with Delta Sky Miles. It's free. Just get a frequent traveler card with Delta, and then you get $60 off your Clear subscription, so you pay only $119 for a 1-year subscription to Clear. I highly advise it. I've never been able to try it myself because I don't have a US passport, but one of my friends who tried it a couple of days ago said it was a game changer. If you have a Canadian passport or if you're a Canadian resident, you realize that I did not talk about you yet. There's another program called Nexus. And Nexus is a program run by the Canadian government, which gives you the same thing as global entry, which is fast through immigration, PreCheck in the US, but on top of this gives you fast immigration in Canada. And it basically costs only $50 for 5 years. So if you're Canadian, just go to Canada or go to the nearest airport to register to Nexus. I mean, actually, you can do it online, and then you just have to go through an interview. It takes a couple of weeks to get it up and running, but it will save you a lot of time. And another way to save actually a lot of time is hit that like button below, hit that subscribe button, because I will give you some more tips over the next couple of days and couple of weeks. So subscribe and you'll see more and more tips coming quickly. Another thing you can do also, another way to save time, if you fly out of LAX, if you go to Los Angeles and fly out of LAX, there's a big chance you need to fly out of TBIT, the Tom Bradley International Terminal. The big problem with that terminal is that there is no there's no option to go with clear at TBIT, and PreCheck is almost inexistent. So basically what you should do, go to Terminal 4, go through security in Terminal 4, then take the air bridge to TBIT. You will save a lot of time. That's just Terminal 4, air bridge to TBIT. You can save, I think, 20, 30, 40 minutes. So just do it, have fun, and send me a comment here if you liked what you learned here, if you want to learn something else, what kind of tips you want in the future, and if you tried any of these, just tell me how it went, because I want to continue help you travel better. And in the meantime, well, I'll see you probably next week or in a couple of days. See ya.